The godly bad boy knows that women really only have two means in which they respond to morality. And the first one being the fear of loss of a man that they actually know would be good for them. And the second would be shame. And there is no other way women will respond to morality. Loyalty does not come naturally to women. This is one of the reasons why men fantasize about loyalty from women. It's really not hard for men to comprehend loyalty because we are just able to idealize love as it is. Women don't do this. They don't have this ability really. I really don't think they do. And the reason being is because they only respond to those two forms of social morality calibration. And so the godly bad boy is going to recognize this, and he's not going to play her games. He's not going to give in, and he's going to make sure that if the woman is not responding to the shame, because think about why modern women want to, oh, no shame, girl, no shame, or oh yeah, that's it, girl, you go, girl. No, we are shameless here. Stop shaming me. Well, because they only respond to shame. They only respond to shame and then the fear of losing a good man. So when they do this and when they have this recognition, they don't want you to know about it. They don't want you to know about it, but the godly bad boy does. Okay, now think about this. This is from Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. It's talking about the end of times. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. What is that saying right there? That women can only be redeemed through a godly man to some degree. To some degree. It's not to say that they can't be redeemed without God, because of course they're going to need God for their salvation. Like, that's just duh. But the only way that a woman can truly become the best version of herself is through a godly man. That's it. That's all that can happen. This is why men are supposed to lead. Okay, so the godly bad boy, women want this man, and they will allow themselves to share this one man. I'm not saying that this is what you should do, by the way. I'm not saying that this is, I'm just saying that this is how they think. This is how they don't want you to know that this is how they think. They will share that man because they know that he's valuable. And they know that he's going to take away their reproach. He's going to take away the dirtiness of their past. Because naturally, we as men, we want a woman with a trustable past, just as much as a woman wants a man with a trustable future. For women, it's really about where they have not been placing themselves. More so where with men, it's about, can they make their dent in the existence or not? Can a man impose his will onto the environment through the will of God, or can he not? This is not really his will that's acting through him. It's God's will. And so a lot of men don't recognize this. They don't understand this. And a lot of these godly men out here, they are snakes, man. They are absolute snakes. And I mentioned this in a post that I made in the Regal Change Academy community yesterday about how fallen angels and Jezebels, they want you gay, man. They want you to be gay because that means they get to control you. They want you to act gay. They want you to just let them take the reins. They want to take your balls. That's what they want. They want to consume your power because your power as a man comes through your word and your balls. It's just like what Scarface said, where he says, all that I have in this world is my word and my balls. That's exactly what it is, bro. That's exactly what it is. So to be inquisitive when it comes to women's past is actually advantageous on your end. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something to be self-conscious of. We are so we're taught so much as men to worship the eternal image of the feminine while realizing and not realizing actually that it's these demonic forces that are living through women that are forcing us to be this way. A lot of these women don't even know what they're doing. They don't. They know that some of them know what they are doing for sure, but I would venture a guess that most of them are just unconsciously responding in ways in which feminism has told them so because they want control, dude. They want control. They don't want to give up the control that they've took from you because as men, we've given away control so much. And a lot of the simps are the ones complaining about simps. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed how all of the simps that are, oh yeah, we need to stop the cuckoldry and all that. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm with the single mom now and I'm taking care of their kids. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Now look, I'm not saying that single moms don't deserve some love out here, okay? Because depending on what happened with the woman, okay, is she a widow? Like, did the husband die? Okay, or did she choose wrong? Did she choose a man that was, I really don't like to say this word because 90% of women will say like, oh yeah, I was with a narcissist. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like that one guy that probably just had a backbone. It's like, oh, he's such a narcissist. When in reality, it's an insult to the 10% of women that have actually gone through a relationship with a narcissist and that are literally scarred for life. And it's incredible, man. It's just incredible. But anyway, they'll say that I was with a narcissist. It's like, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You were with someone that didn't want to be controlled and you didn't like it. That's really what it is. And this is another reason why the godly bad boy is so attractive to women, is because the godly bad boy, he is wild. He is free. We're not meant as men to just roam the earth shackled in our spirit, confined to a cage. There's more to us than this. There's more to us than that. We're not supposed to be lions in a zoo. We're supposed to be out in the jungle, out hunting, We're supposed to be out in the world to some degree. And the fact that there's so many men who are the ones complaining about the women, and yet they're supporting the Bonely Cans women. They're supporting the women who are, cheating. Yeah, that's what's so crazy, and I saw this in church a lot. And I've seen too many people talking about how church is the only good place to go for women now. What the are you talking about? That is the last place I would go to seek a good woman anymore. That's the last place I would go. Do you know why they're there? They're there because they don't want to be shamed. They want to be forgiven without all the consequences that come with their past. They don't want to feel like they know that they're not going to be shamed in these matriarchal churches. And they know that the men that are there are usually going to be the types of men that want to provide, that want to do. And so these men that are the beta cucks and part of the cuck army that the feminists have, that they don't even know that they're a part of the cuck army, bro. They don't even know that they're a part of the cuck army, and they're going to be funding these women who, I've changed my ways. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. And I'm tired of pretending like you have. I'm just tired of pretending like all of the women are just beautiful angels. They're not angels, man. They're not. And I genuinely think the world would be a better place if men were a little bit more sexist. I think that's the truth, man. I'm not trying to say like, hey, we need to hate women. I'm just saying that you don't need to take these emotional creatures seriously. Okay, the moment that I stopped taking majority of women seriously was the time in which most women started to want me. Do you see how that works? Do you see how that plays out? It's because they don't even take themselves seriously. Okay, so they know that when you take them seriously, it's like if they're not taking themselves seriously already, which 99% of them are not, if they're not taking themselves seriously, then they just see you as weak. They don't see you as a compassionate person. They feel nothing unless they are having a fear of loss of a good man or they have shame. That's the only way they're going to be able to recalibrate their behaviors. Otherwise, they are savage, bro. They are savage. They will destroy you. Remember what the Bible also says in the book of Proverbs? I don't remember exactly where. I think it's like Proverbs 13 or something. Where is it? It's got to be, bear with me for a second, gentlemen and ladies, if you're there as well. Well, I can't remember exactly where it is, but it says something like, it's better to dwell in, it's better to dwell outside than it is in a house with a contentious woman or something like that. I can't remember the exact phrasing, but the ancients knew what women were and who women really are. They knew, and they adjusted accordingly, and they tried to warn us. they tried to warn us, man. They tried to warn us like, hey, you got to stay a godlike savage out here, because otherwise they will destroy you. Okay, they will find you. It's like Zod. They are she-beasts, man. They are like Zod in Superman. I will find you. I will find him. Like, dude, it's true, man. And if you reject a woman romantically, even if you do it in the nicest way possible, some of them might go insane. They seriously might. There is a good chance that some of them might go crazy because they're just not used to it. And they don't know what to, like, they really don't know what to do. They're so used to being able to get this guy and that guy that when you're finally indifferent, and yeah, maybe it's a beautiful woman and you can appreciate her beauty. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong because look, there are women that mean what they say. Okay, you have to be mindful of this too. But the percentage of them is practically zero. Okay, that's why I just generalize, because it's literally 99% of women are like this. Yeah, there's exceptions, but every woman wants to be the exception. Every woman wants to be the special one. But you know what? Women, and I'm tired of pretending like women are special, by the way. I'm sick of pretending like women are special. They all act the same. And I'm not even trying to be rude. I'm just saying that they act the same. They act a very specific way. Men, you can communicate with different men and feel like, okay, these are different men. But it's like, even when there's a spirit inhabiting the men, there's this sense of, okay, there's a differentiation. And with women, 99% of the time, they're acting the same, dude. And I will say that it is my experience that every single individual that I've met has been uniquely different. However, with women, the overlap is just, again, it's 99% there. Maybe it's 1% that is a little bit different. But for the most part, they're all the same. And I don't even like saying that, because I don't want to feel as though I'm seeing this superficially. But it's just the way that it is. And a lot of people will say that want to come to the, these will be the cucks that come to their defense. Like, oh no, women are different. They're just as gracious. They're capable of being leaders. We deserve the 19th Amendment. The 19th Amendment is good for society. No. Just no. They're not. It's wrong. What you're saying is wrong. And I'm not trying to, and because it's all opinion based, it's not actual data, and it's not actual experience. It's only going to be the godlike savages and the godly bad boys that will understand exactly what I'm saying, because they know. I've said this before, and I've mentioned this before. The J. Cole song, she don't want to be saved, don't save her. She don't want to be. A lot of these women do not want to be saved. They just don't want to be shamed. That's why they go to church. That's it, dude. Man, I just had a light bulb moment right there, because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. They don't want to be. They don't want to be shared. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to be shamed. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Holy crap. Yeah. And that's why the women will fall for the godly bad boy, because they will make her be held accountable. And women, they don't like it, but they like it. And women that just don't want to accept the truth, they're not going to fall into your frame, and that's fine. But the aim of these videos is not to bash women. It's to get the truth out there about who these people really are. Because there's too many men that just, they don't even realize that they're pedestalizing women. And I know that because I was one of those guys at one point. I would consider myself a alpha male with beta tendencies. Like I have a proclivity to go toward compassion when it comes to people. I'm a hyper compassionate person, and I'm more able to be agreeable when I have to be. However, with time, I've learned that I've had to be disagreeable at certain times, and I've had to learn how to give compassion to the right people. And pretty much majority of the time I give compassion to women, I get burned. It's just the truth. And so it's not to say that there are women that can take that compassion and, they can actually receive it, right? They can actually feel it. It can actually feel you, and there's just rarely a time anymore where I feel something around women. It's other than like arousal. And even then, I don't feel it that much. Because, yeah, they might be beautiful, but I can feel their souls. I can see their souls in their eyes. A lot of these women are very dark. They're very, very dark. And there's another verse in the Bible. Where is it? It says, I went out amongst the people, and out of 1 in 1,000 men did I find a godly man, but of women I found none. So, okay, there's a reason for that. Women have to fall in line to a godly man. It's just the way that it is. So I hope that this video was useful and insightful for you. I hope it gave you some truth bombs, because even myself, I dropped a truth bomb on myself there for a second with they don't want to be saved, they just don't want to be shamed. Mind blown. But because that's exactly what it is. So yeah, be mindful about this, okay? It's not to say that we should hate women, okay? But you could stand to be a little more sexist. You could. Because look at where we've gotten with women in charge. Nowhere good. Nowhere good. So you've got to play the game to play the game. All right? I hope that everybody stays blessed out there. Peace. Until next time.